Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This week's top 10 list was inspired by basically a freak comment made during our last currency roundtable. While we were discussing things, Dean brought up a very specific note that was completely random, off the cuff, and I pulled this note out of thin air. A lot of people think that was a setup. It was not. It just happened to be sitting right on my table. So I looked at the pile of stuff that was in there and I thought, I bet there's a top 10 list to be had. So these are the top 10 random notes I've acquired and don't know what to do with. I'm not sure if the value on any of these, I'm not even sure what half of these are, but there are times when I buy groups of notes for one particular note and I end up just setting aside everything else in a pile because I know nothing about it or very little about it, or I may know it's not worth anything, but it's still just a neat item. So that is what is the inspiration behind this list. So let's get started. Number 10. This is the Unified Space Over America Moon Dust Certificate. You can see that it is 100 moon doublooners. This is actually from the Apollo 11 missions. I don't know the specs behind it. This note signifies that NASA's saga of success has a space-era effect on unifying all mankind. And let's see what's it got over here. This commemorative currency honors the amazing space flight and walk on the moon by Apollo 11 astronauts Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins, July 16th, 20th, 24th, 1969. So that was kind of neat. It's just a regular piece of paper. Saturn's blastoff, that's the rocket. Columbia Eagle, one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. On the bottom it says, this currency may be exchanged at Bank of Tranquility for moon mad money. Astro Do, Lunar Lucre, Solar Simoleons, Cosmic Coin, Moon Mazuma, Celestial Cash, Laser Loot, Green Cheesebacks, Satellite Shillings, Blast-Off Bucks, or all of the moon rocks you can carry on your first lunar sojourn. So that is my Unified Space Over America $100 note, or 100 lunar note. Once again, cool thing. Don't know what to do with it. Don't know if it has any value. But it definitely has some historical significance. Number 9. Almost as equally random. States of America 20. Series number 412. Can't even read the signature on there. What's that serial number? T193D401. Oh, there we go. Studios for motion picture use only. But it hardly looks like cash. I don't know if this was actual movie money. I'm trying to see where here. Yeah, that's what it says. Studio motion picture use only, $20. Yeah, I guess that's... When it comes to fake movie money, this truly is fake movie money. It almost seems like fake movie money. But that one is number 9 on the list. Once again, these were all part of different packages of random stuff just sitting here because I don't know what to do with it. Number 8, I have an envelope. This is a unique thing. When I look, it says Patriot Educator Reformist Father Jose Burgos, honoring Father Jose Burgos. This is, you can hear my fingernail going across that. It's a raised texture on the print. I couldn't tell you exactly what that's called, but you can feel the texture. There's this, his name, Father Jose Burgos, Patriot Educator Reformist, from Manila, first day issue, April 1st, 1955, Philippines, complete with the stamp. I'm not a stamp collector, but that is that same image right there on the stamp. So an interesting envelope, and if you look at the back, I can't tell if this is intentional or not. I'm going to guess this is a wedding transfer from the thing sitting there. This has no feel to it, and it does seem to be the exact reverse of this, so I could easily imagine a bunch of these getting printed first day cover. Yep. So, I mean, once again, I don't even know what this is, other than it's an envelope, first day cover, first day edition, stamped with the date. Just another thing added into some of the stuff that I got. That is number 8. Number 7, I've seen these before. This is from MPC Fest 15. You can see here it says Fest Horse Change Certificate. It's got a fake serial number, A0001, the American Eagle on it, and it's $1. Look at the back. Fest Horse Change Certificate, MPC Fest 15. This note is exchangeable for a current MFC at the Fest Finance Office in perpetuity or a long time. So there, that's what that's worth. Pretty cool image. I see these popping up all the time. This one is from 2014. It says 2000 MPC Fest 2014, so I'm assuming it's 2014. And yeah, it's a little thicker paper, but not exactly note quality paper. Once again, just another neat thing that I have acquired. That one is number 7. Number 6. This is from the Allegheny County Jail. Good for value shown in merchandise. It's 1 cent, 5 cent, and 10 cents. Not transferable, void if detached. Well, apparently these are void because they are all detached. Checking the serial numbers if they're all from the same book. It looks like 052400, 052400, 052400. And looking at the back, just the denominations 1, 5, and 10. So I imagine these are commissary chits, I guess you'd call them. I'm assuming they've been spent, or at least these are the leftover ones from someone who did not use them. But yeah, that's just something different, something you don't see every day, or at least hopefully you don't see them every day. That is number 6 on my list. Number 5, I have United Cigar Stores Company of America, Incorporated, 1/2 certificate. This 1/2 certificate is redeemable according to the conditions of our premium catalog only by the person to whom originally issued. I don't know what it's half of. I don't know if it's half a cigar. It's not half a dollar, half a point, half a credit. Even on the back, very, very intricate printing for something like this. Largest cigar retailers in the world, United Cigar Stores Company of America, Incorporated. And it's neat how the word United is here under cigars. There's the patent stuff. No year issue or anything like that on there. Just a certificate. Just looking it over just to make sure there's not. It does have a serial number on it, so I mean, that's kind of cool. But I'm looking here and I am not seeing any year or date or anything. Once again, something included. I thought it was neat. That one is number 5. Number 4. This, I bet, has some value to it. It's this little clip, and it's the Chicagoland and Western Indiana Railroad Company. On the first day of July, 1942, will pay the bearer hereof at the office of the Illinois Trust and Savings Bank in the city of Chicago, or at the office or agency of the Railroad Company in the city of New York, $20 in United States gold coin, being for 6 months interest. Then, what does that say? Then due, that's it, on its consolidated 50-year gold bond. So this is an interest payment. Apparently this is a $20 interest payment, and I'm guessing the punch marks in it are to say that it has been redeemed. Got 80 on the back. Trying to get it to focus. Western Banknote Company, Chicago. So yeah, that's something that could have easily been thrown away, but someone decided to hold on to this instead. It does have a serial number on it. Like I said, it most likely is redeemed, but something you don't see every day. That was number 4. Number 3. I saw this note and realized I'm probably never going to be able to afford the real version of this note. But what this is from the Bank of Canada, and if we look here, it's the issue of 1935. It's a $20 note. Now, this particular one is the gold foil version, so I know this is just a mock-up. This is just a replica. But it features this little girl. In 1935, that's what this note was. And this little girl would grow up to become Queen Elizabeth. So that's Queen Elizabeth as a child, while still, this is the 1938 note, 1938 $20 Bank of Canada note. Because of the gold foil, it's kind of hard to see a lot of the imagery on here, but this note can go for thousands depending on the condition, and I'm probably not going to be picking up one of these just because I've got other notes worth thousands that are higher up on my list. But to see the replica of this one in a gold foil, I thought it was kind of neat, and it allowed me to at least have something to identify that particular note with. It's not very often you see a small child who actually is somebody. I mean, when this was done, she was part of the royal family, but if you follow the order of stuff, she wasn't necessarily next in line. I'm not 100% familiar with the royal family, but it wasn't thought of that she would eventually become queen. There was a couple people who absconded, and that's how she got there. My history on the queen is not very good. Anyway, here is a note featuring her as a child. That one is number 3. Number 2, another random piece. No idea what this is. I can tell you that I'm pretty sure this is in French, so we'll start there. Domaines National. I'm not even going to attempt it. When I'm looking, I see series. It looks like 15 shillings. It looks like 892. But the thing that stuns me is what's right here, which says I'm assuming that's January, and it says 1792 on it. I don't know if that's the equivalent of us putting 1776 on modern currency, but it does say 1792, and that is the only date I've found anywhere on here. And with me not being able to read, presumably French, nothing on the back, I can't make anything out on this. Is this truly a note from 1792? Probably not. Is it a replica of a 1792? Maybe. But there it is, 15 shillings. If anybody knows anything about these, I'm all ears to hear what you've got. Once again, this was just an add-on, and because it was an add-on, I'm assuming it's a replica, but I don't know that for a fact. My foreign currency knowledge is not that great. So that was number 2. And finally, number 1 this week. The note that inspired all of this. I actually have 3 of them. I have a 50-cent Canadian Tire Corporation note. That's the back. Yes, they do have serial numbers. They make them just like real money. I also have the 25-cent from the same series. There's the 25-cent. Checking that out once again. Has serial numbers. I guess if you collect fancy serial numbers, you'd be able to find fancies in these as well. And I also have a 10-cent from a slightly different series. I like this because this one's really colorful. Yeah, I have all of these notes just randomly skewed about here, and I figured it's about time to make this video. That is how this ended up in there, and this says 2006 is the copyright on the top of this one, so this one most certainly is modern. Can't imagine it has any value aside from the 10 cent, but people say that these will actually sell. People will get these graded. Just looking here to see if there's any years on these. There probably is. I've never taken a real close look at them, but I do recognize that this is the image that's on most of them. Redeemable in merchandise at Canadian Tire Store or gas bar. And looking at the back, redeemable for merchandise at gasoline bar or store. Once again, trying to find any, here we go. Just says Canadian banknote on the back, but there is no year. So I don't know when it's from. I don't know what series it's from. I just happen to have them. So that was kind of neat. When Dean brought it up, he said people sometimes pay big money for these in good condition. This one happens to actually be in good condition, the 50-cent one. So I'm glad to see the highest denomination I own is in the best condition. And once again, looking it over, just trying to find a date or anything here, and I am not seeing it anywhere. Checking the back once again. Not a fancy serial number. That's too bad. That would have been cool. Canadian banknote on the bottom. I don't know if that's Canadian Banknote Company or if it just says Canadian Banknote to be funny. But that is the 50-cent Canadian Tire. All right, guys, if you learned anything this week, I'm impressed. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.